Welcome, everyone, to the CANDU Sports Show. Got your host, Scott Blair, and
Donray Bennett in Northeast Ohio. Scott, you can't do that intro without telling us where you're at.
broadcasting live from Orangestad, Aruba. Hope everyone is well. Inside, of
Yeesh.
course, right now. But yes, we good. We got a lot of sports to talk, man. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, happy holiday weekend, Memorial Day weekend to
Yes, absolutely.
the United States citizens and folks out there. Um, yeah, well, first we want to, we got to address the sad news of uh, Mr. Bush passing away this past week, I guess, kind of out the blue last weekend. Um, I'm not a big race NASCAR, Indy. I'm just F1. I'm not into racing too much, but I followed it enough over time to realize, the incredible figure that he was and the a magical run that he's had over the years. Any thoughts?
Everything you just said, I don't watch racing anywhere near as much as I used to when I was younger. Really, ever since Dale Earnhardt passed away, quite frankly. After that, I just stopped watching for the most part. But certainly know who he is, and just super sad. You know, prayers to his family. Actually, interesting enough, he's racing for the same race team that Dale Earnhardt did. So I do know that Richard Childress Racing. Um, so unfortunately, this is a pain that team has felt, unfortunately. So just prayers to the family, everyone
Yeah.
involved. And, I don't say this with shade. I say this with love. If you don't feel well, you're not feeling right, go talk to somebody. Go get checked out. Just super sad that it was pneumonia that turned into sepsis. Just really, really awful. I'm sure, he definitely had access to all the best care and everything else. But if you don't get on stuff, it can unfortunately escalate. So don't know all the details, and that's not even important. What's important is the pain that everyone's feeling, and yeah,
Yeah.
prayers to that for sure.
Yeah. Prayers out to the Kyle Busch family and extended family. So now switch it
Ooh,
up. I mean,
yeah,
it's
natural transition, right?
yeah. There's no good way to come out from that. We probably should have closed with that, but I just thought it was,
Yeah, so
it was good for you to give out that information because it's true. It's something that we all got to pay closer attention to, myself included.
yeah,
So
truth. Let's move to the NBA then, and we've got two polar opposite series, right? We got Knicks, who looks like they're probably going to sweep Cleveland tonight. And then, of course, now you got the Spurs and OKC all notched up at two apiece. First game of that series that was not really a contest last night with the Spurs just blowing the doors off of OKC. OKC couldn't shoot, really. If I speak a little bit on that game, it wasn't all. We were joking, Donray, as a family. That's a series that you don't really have to watch until like 5 minutes left in regulation
hmm,
because it's been so close. And then, of course, last night that was not the case. But two interesting series. Where do you want to start? I know I just gave a bit of a teaser, but where do you want to go?
yeah, I mean, Cleveland is. I don't know that that's worth talking much. I mean, they're a team that seems to give up at some points, and it's disheartening. And you got to give New York their just due. They're a deep team with a ton of shooters, and you can try to double Jalen and take the ball out of his hands. He's extremely savvy with it. Um, good luck doing that because they've got shooters. You really can't double anyone. And then when you have a stretch big like that, I mean, what if they're hitting their shots, there's nothing you can do with that team. If you can't guard them one on one, if you don't have the length and agility and size to guard them one on one and switch almost everything, because that's what they do nowadays is switch everything. You can't, I mean, you're in trouble. So now the two teams on the West both have both of those things. So it'll be interesting, assuming Cleveland can't pull it out. And then in the West, I think
They
that's
can't.
that's that's going to be more of the conversation is the West. And I don't know. I mean, you hit the nail on the head in terms of what the flow of the games, but OKC is so deep. I mean, they are so deep. There is The fact that they have Jared McCain from the Sixers, I mean, it's insane how deep and young they are. But no,
Say it.
San Antonio has
Yeah.
exceptional talent and an attitude and the coaching. They are just well rounded. I feel like it's 99, 2000 again, and they've got the Admiral and
It's
Duncan and Sean Elliott. And I mean, it's just they've got it. They don't have as much of it as OKC, but they can run them. They can run
I
them.
could,
So I'm still sticking by San Antonio pulling out the West and winning it.
I'm with that, and I love that you made the 1999 2000 reference because that's what I was thinking from the perspective of the Knicks. I really think it's a sweep tonight. I think they're done. Cleveland's going home. It's really unfortunate because Coach Atkinson is a good coach, but there has been just so much mismanagement of timeouts and even a little bit of the roster, but mostly the timeouts, especially in
Hey, don't worry.
game one.
According to analytics,
Yes,
they're up 2-1, so it's not really that bad.
I get it. I think maybe he's trying to
No,
find
no,
something to
don't
kind of get
even
the team
say
going.
those words. Why would you utter those words? That's just the most ridiculous
I'm with
thing
you.
you could say.
I'm with you. And here's my hook then with the 1999. Of course, that's the last time that the Knicks made the finals, ironically, playing the San Antonio Spurs,
Good point.
right? Without Ewing, because Ewing was hurt that series. And I think he ended up getting traded to the Seattle Supersonics or something. He's either Seattle or Orlando. That's he finished up with both of those teams at the end of his career.
Mhm.
Um, but again, every time New York in the last 35 years has actually made a run, they run into a once in a generation talent. I would put Tim Duncan kind of in that category with Shaq and Kobe,
Absolutely.
then of course with Jordan before them. So I do think it's the Spurs because Wemby is just again once in a generational talent. I don't mind seeing a different team. Um, Oklahoma City just bothers me too because I can't stand their color scheme. Remind me they remind me of a Tide detergent bottle with that color scheme. But let's get it. Let's get New York. Let's get San Antonio. I want Charles Barkley in San Antonio doing his thing. Y'all know if you're TNT fans from back in the day, you know the Charles Barkley San Antonio reference. And let's get some Spike Lee and let's go. Let's go. I'm here for
Absolutely.
it.
And I want Pop to see another one too.
Yeah, true.
So
Salute
so
to one of the
yeah,
greats.
I'm with you all the way on all that. At OKC is just a flopping for me. I can't. Everyone
Yeah, yeah.
flops. I get it nowadays, but it is beyond. I can't.
And
I can't. I
it
can't.
look it looks like a soccer scrum out there, like people
Yep.
flopping all over the place, like they broke their
Exactly.
ankle.
Exactly. Um. All
Can we
right.
do can we do WNBA? Because I got a little something.
Go ahead. Let's go.
All
What do
right,
you got?
let's start with the WNBA. There's a lot. Let's get to the second topic, WNBA. There's a lot of good things to talk on. Some great competition. Also, some teams that are struggling. Connecticut. It's really too bad because it's their last season there before moving to Houston. I still don't get that. The fact that there was a buyer that was going to relocate them to Boston, and the WNBA leadership lets them go back to Houston. Houston already had a team. We spoke about this last week. Houston's going to have two teams before Philly gets one. This is more of a reference to just it's unfortunate that Connecticut is struggling so bad in their last year there. But my bone to pick is with the Dallas Wings, and it's with their
Mm,
coach, Coach
mm,
Jose. And it was an off-camera. Uh, Actually, it was on camera, but maybe he didn't realize it during the game yesterday. Azzi Fudd finally is getting some time. I was holding space, Donray, for your reasoning for why she hasn't been getting time. I actually don't think it's that. I think he don't want her on the team. I think he wanted Lauren Betts. I know that's speculative, but there was a cut during the game yesterday against the New York Liberty where she's getting interviewed. I think at the end of the third quarter, and you can clearly see him behind Azzi in his feelings over the fact that she's still getting interviewed in between the quarter transition. And it just was a weird look. I just don't know what's going on there. And maybe it's because he hasn't coached in the pros before and he doesn't realize that the players get interviewed like that. But if that's the case, you got to learn quickly there if you're going to be coaching pros. There's just something about the way Dallas is vibing right now with with him and with Azzi that I'm not really feeling. But other than that, season's starting off really, really well, and really excited for the summer run. But I wanted to start with that because I'm not liking the way that is. Let Easy roll and just let her do her thing. And they finally let her do that yesterday, and she scored 21, 20, 24 points, I think. So,
24 career
yeah,
high. Yeah. Well, what, 6, 7 games, but yeah.
six. What did you say? 6, 7?
Oh goodness. But yeah, you're. I mean, we had little
Off
concerns of how
soapbox. Off
of
soapbox.
well, it's becoming a little bit of a trend. I mean, when you think about the how the Fever managed Caitlin when she started, and kind of like it's almost as if everyone's trying to haze their rookies,
Yeah.
including management, which makes no sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's running. I'd like to see there's some parity already, so I think it's going to be good a good competitive year. That's all I care about. I want to see that, and I want to see their stars be stars and no one get in the way. So we'll see how that rocks. Um,
That's perfectly said.
we'll see if they learn how to manage stars. And I'm not saying giving them the flops that the SGA gets. I'm saying protecting them within the rules and allowing them to flourish and not getting in their own way because they are entering a prime talent and they've got eyes, they've got ears, they've got opportunity. If they fail, it's going to be their own doing. It's you can't put it on anyone else at this point. So little things like that and some other stuff that we've previously discussed. I mean, we'll see what they do this year um, to keep them ahead, moving in the right direction. I definitely think moving a team out of New England, where, has been the capital of women's college basketball for, you know, 2 decades at least, is probably not in your best interest. Yeah, 3 days. Let them know, right? Yeah, I guess Lobo was
Lobo, 95,
95. Yeah,
94, 95,
you're right.
94.
You're right.
Yeah.
So it has been 3 decades. But regardless, I mean, I'm just watching with a close eye to see what they do and how they do it. So shout out to Miss Fudd putting up the 24, and hopefully it marks a little change in the where they're going.
Truth, truth. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but that the look, it just something's off there. So we shall see. And Liberty, what were you doing? That was a home game, and you like didn't give them much to run at all. But season's still young. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, very very young, very young.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, let's keep it moving. You got anything else?
Yeah, I love that jersey, by the way. Let's shout out Chris
Oh,
Webber.
this old thing,
And this little thing.
this
Listen,
old
I got some Toronto.
right. Well, I
I
feel
got some
like
Vince Carter in the house here.
I
So
can't. I don't remember us. We may have discussed it, but really getting into the national championships. I thought I just throw a reminder out there in case folks forgot who won. Shout out to the Blue, Maize and
you
Blue.
don't think we spoke about the national
Just in case
championship,
we
man?
didn't, just in
You
case we
hilarious.
didn't, let's do it again.
You
No,
hilarious.
I thought I'd throw it on this Memorial Day for if I was remembering the good old times of the Fab Five all the way up through the championship this year. So, the Vinsanity throwback as well is always clutch. I think he's doing a great job, by the way, between the podcast with
Oh, I love
T
that
Mac
man.
and his on being on media. He's got a good
One of my
tone, I like him. I like
true,
him.
one
He's
of my
great.
favorite listens. And actually, real quick, if we can hop back into the WNBA space for a hot minute. I love that they've got Cheryl Miller with Super for some pregame action. I think it's NBC during their pregame coverage. I think Cheryl Miller is probably top. She's definitely top three in my opinion. She's the best women's basketball player to ever play. So just to have her insights
Hmm.
present, super awesome. But yeah, I love Vince Carter. This is one of my go-to jerseys each time. It's possible during our last broadcast when I was in Aruba a couple of years ago, I may have actually had this jersey on too. This is one of my faves to wear at the beach. So all good.
Nice,
Do you want to
nice.
bring it home with some baseball? Because hey,
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
First, I actually want to touch on NHL real quick
oh
because
yeah,
I would be remiss if I
Montreal.
didn't say I did not
Go.
see. I thought I knew the East. Like I said, I thought the East would be competitive, but I thought it was going to be chalk in the West. I thought Avalanche would have just walked through. And I know they had their power play issues throughout the year, but I didn't think it mattered. But they are down 0-3 to Vegas. So in my lifetime, in the last 5 years since this team has come out, they already have chips and conference finals and Stanley Cup finals. And meanwhile, my Flyers still haven't won since the 80s, and it's 70, late 70s. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so kudos to the Vegas Knights for doing the unexpected. It's not over yet. If anyone can come back from 3-0, it's definitely the Avalanche, the Avs, but we'll see.
I'm with
Um,
it. I'm with it. Nothing brought me more joy than to see the Blackhawks beat the Flyers back in 2010.
oh,
But anyways,
please, the
they
most
get
fluke goal ever. Leighton blocks that 29 times out of 30.
6 games. You're talking about fluke goals. They won 42. But
We win that
yeah,
game six on that. We win that game six. We're winning game seven. I'm telling you.
a whole lot of if there, but okay. It's all good.
All right, let's wrap it
I
up.
mean,
Baseball, it is the holiday. It is their holiday. There's regardless of the Eastern Conference final NBA game tonight, it is their holiday. Um, we've got the hot dog eating contest and we got Joey Chestnut back in it. We've got just Memorial Day baseball, which starts here in about an hour or so. So, um, yeah, I mean the Phils have gotten their balance back. They're right around 500, right above 500, playing sound baseball. Um, got teams like Cleveland who are winning 1-0 and 2-1 left and right, and somehow managing. They're right out of the movie Major League in all reality. They have like
very
two or three
nice.
names, and then
Very
the rest of
nice.
the team, it's like they're trying to lose or trying to spend as little money as possible, and yet keep finding talent like the Tampa Bay Rays of the 2000s. Um, so yeah, I think it's shaping up to be a good year. A lot of young talent, um, and some blue bloods who are still hanging around holding their spot. So um, I'm hoping to see. I'm hoping that the teams like the Pirates and the Reds
Yeah,
I hope these teams can keep up throughout the year. That they don't run out of gas too soon. At least make it a nice run through October, through August. If we can get to August and you still got 10, 12, 14 teams in the mix, I think that's great for everyone.
true. Truth. Listen, actually, one correction. Did they do the hot dog thing on Memorial Day or is that 4th of July? I don't remember. They
Oh,
should do
you're
it
right. It
Memorial
is
Day.
for no,
They
you're
should,
right.
though.
You're right. It is 4th of July. It is
But they
4th of
should.
July. They
Memorial Day
should.
is the unofficial kickoff of summer. So there should be some sort of hot dog
That's
eating
what I mean.
contest
There's
now, too.
something about
Yeah.
Memorial Day that I've never been a huge fan of holidays for the most part. 4th of July, yes, I appreciate it, but Memorial Day has always been the one for me
Yeah.
because I think it's because you know when it is. It's
Yep.
on a Monday. There's not many national holidays, if any, that are on a Monday. So you got the full weekend to explore and enjoy it. And more often than not, you're recovering on the Monday, but you're recovering with an outdoor, like social environment.
Siesta. Yeah.
It's a unique holiday where
True.
yeah, we did our cookout. We went to our cookout and stuff like that yesterday. Everyone's tired. Today we're relaxing. We're gonna have family, but there's something about it. I just like the
I'm with it.
Monday. I think it's the
I'm with
Monday
it.
appeal. So yes,
I'm with it.
but you're right. You're right. It is the 4th of July. Is the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. You're right.
I'm with it. The only thing I'll add on the baseball scene is just it's good to see the Yankees have been playing with their food a little bit the last
Yeah.
2 weeks or so. Good to see Aaron Judge get out of his slump a day ago with the walk off against Tampa. I'm going to use the rest of my time talking about um, a game played on a field to give a shout out to Kutztown softball and actually double it up. Kutztown University softball, y'all had a fantastic run, super regionals, hosting. Unfortunately, lost the third game against Glenville State, but really awesome to see the team do their thing. Up until that point, just amazing, amazing work during the season. So shout out to Coach Laws and her staff and the Kutztown High School squad. A little, I think it's actually tomorrow. They'll be playing for a district title. So shout out to everyone there. Really some good softball action back at home. But yeah, baseball wise, going back, I just want to amplify anytime that the Pittsburgh Pirates are doing well or just competitive is good, right? It takes us back to our youth watching when Barry Bonds was there with Van Slyke. Man, it'd be really nice to see them relevant again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I hated them. I hated that team my whole life, but you're right. There's something about having them relevant.
Yeah,
Same thing with like the Red Sox. I'm not a fan of the Red Sox, but I like to see them relevant,
yeah.
you know.
Boston, we're good. But with the Pirates, I'd love to see them have because they really haven't had one. I mean, they had one maybe what 8 years ago with McCutcheon, but that was about it. They haven't really had any since the '90s.
Yeah, no,
So
they haven't been.
worst mistake. One of the worst mistakes Major League Baseball did was not letting Mark Cuban in on that. So he
Right?
would save that franchise. But
He would have. Absolutely. I agree. I always wanted to know. I want to see like a documentary. What really? There's got to be more to that story, but we'll save it for another day.
save it for another
Um,
day.
yep,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay. We got to end. We got to end this. But real quick, last episode we said you were going to talk a little bit about your new activity, which is your pickleball game. So let's get into it real
I
quick.
think I
Let the
have
people know.
pickleball elbow if that's such a thing.
Ah,
I'm getting rocked by folks nearing or just into retirement. Um, Men and women
it'll humble
alike,
the
they are
best of
good.
us.
Shout out to the Rubber City Pickleball League in Akron. Um,
That's a
Thursday,
great name. The Rubber City Fit. That's
yeah,
as it should be, right? It's accurate.
yep,
That's a
it's act.
fantastic name.
Um, I'm getting there. I'm like a 2.8 right now. And for those who know your duper scores, the league is supposed to be a minimum 3.0, so I'm getting there. Um, my youth, if you can call it that, is keeping me in these games. I'm in and out. I had a great game this past week. And then the game before it, the way you play is called ladder. So you play, if you win, you move up to the next court, and then you and your partner have to split. You go against each other. If you lose, you drop down, and you have to split. And so I played with my partner. Shout out to Kathy, runs the league, and I played probably my worst game yet. So I'm sure she was thinking some things about me. We go down, and then we split up and we played. Then I played my best game yet, and it was, you know, she's probably cursing me out in her head. But shout out to you, Kathy. It was, I'm Mr.
People know.
Inconsistent right now. But when I say that sport is a combo of so many things, and once you learn the angles and it's more of a head game than anything. I mean, you do not athleticism helps, but it's not necessary. Um, once you get control and react, reflexes matter. But if you can play those angles,
I'm with
they
it.
they had me running around left and right. I'm running side to side. They're just standing there, whap, whap, whap. So, but I'm loving it. I got significantly better from week 1 to week 2. And I've been practicing with the kids, with the family. Lisa got out there a couple of times. I'm getting there. Don't worry. Don't worry.
That's awesome. I'm trying to remember the movie reference where they're playing tennis during a scene, and the one guy is like horrible, and he hits somebody accidentally, and they're like, "No, that counts." It's like, "Oh wait, I can hit people and then bam, whack, whack, whack." It's constantly hitting everyone. So
Speaking
whatever
of
you got to
which,
do, whatever you got to
someone,
do.
yeah, Miss Tracy got me right in the chest. I was like, because I was up there and there was nowhere to go, and so she just
Pat
put
up,
it right in my chest. I was like, point for you, I guess. Cutthroat over there, man. They're nice. They're nice with
pat
it.
up.
So,
That's so good, man.
uh, yeah.
So to all
So,
the pickleball warriors out there, I'd like to start. Just my wife and I, Katie and I, just stick to tennis when we can. Pickleball might be better, especially because the serve isn't as complicated. I can't serve tennis. But shout out to you, man. That's super awesome. And to everybody
yeah.
else out there, shout out to Coach York, KU men's basketball. He just won the KU pickleball championship a couple weeks ago.
Look
So,
at that.
and
Do-
he's got a pretty
Doesn't
killer
surprise
serve.
me. He's
Yeah,
got a lot. He's Mr.
he's sneaky like that.
Athleticism. Yep.
He's sneaky like that. So good stuff. Well, hey, to everyone out there, enjoy the holiday and
Absolutely.
looking forward to our next episode to kick off what's really crazy the beginning of June next weekend. So,
Hmm. Time flies.
no doubt.
All right. Enjoy Aruba.
Peace and love, everyone. Good night, Canada. Go Canadians.